A new path of steel and ambition now links China and Iran, bypassing oceans and choke points. The Iron Silk Road is open, a 3,200-kilometer land bridge, reshaping global trade and power. Two ancient civilizations building a new future together. The journey has just begun. Let's see where it leads. To understand why this railway matters, look at a map. For decades, the global economy has depended on a few critical maritime choke points, none more important than the Strait of Malacca. This narrow stretch between Malaysia, Singapore, and Sumatra is the shortest sea route between the Indian and Pacific Oceans. For China, it's both a superhighway and a vulnerability. Nearly 80% of its imported oil has passed through this single strait. This dependence is what strategists call the Malacca Dilemma. The fear that, in conflict, a foreign power could blockade the strait and cripple China's economy. The strait is crowded, prone to piracy, and a single incident could shut it down for weeks. China's leaders have spent 2 decades searching for alternatives. The trade relationship between China and Iran is ancient, dating back to the original Silk Road. In the modern era, it's defined by energy. Iran has vast oil reserves. China is the world's largest energy consumer. But getting Iranian oil to China was always a long, risky journey. Tankers sailing through the Strait of Hormuz, around India, and finally through Malacca. Attempts to build pipelines through other countries faced political and logistical hurdles. The sea remained dominant, and the flow of energy was always subject to geopolitics and sanctions. The dream of a direct land route, a modern Silk Road made of steel, remained just that. A dream. Until now. The Iron Silk Road changes everything. For China, it's a solution to the Malacca Dilemma. For Iran, it's a lifeline to the world. Turning this dream into reality took years and a unique set of circumstances. The breakthrough was the 25-year comprehensive strategic partnership signed by China and Iran in 2021, paving the way for massive Chinese investment. This deal covered everything from banking to ports. But railways were the crown jewel. The railway is a critical extension of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, itself a flagship of China's Belt and Road Initiative. The new line connects China's Xinjiang region to Pakistan's rail network, then on to Iran's Chabahar port. Engineers face daunting geography, the Karakoram Mountains, Balochistan's volatility, and Iran's deserts. Building tunnels and bridges required cutting-edge engineering and close security cooperation. The project was completed in phases, upgrading old lines and building new ones to connect the missing links. Financing came largely from Chinese state-owned banks, tens of billions of dollars, seen as a strategic necessity. For Beijing, this was about more than commerce. It was about solving the Malacca Dilemma once and for all. The Iron Silk Road is the result of ambition, investment, and a shared vision. Now the world is watching. The stakes couldn't be higher. November 28, 2025, leaders from China, Iran, and Pakistan gather as the first official freight train rolls into Chabahar. Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian calls it a new chapter, written by and for the region. The event is broadcast live, marking a milestone. A 3,200-kilometer line designed for heavy-haul freight, containers, and oil. Initial capacity is several million tons per year, with plans to expand. A journey that once took up to 45 days by sea now takes under 15 by rail. For high-value goods, time is money. For oil, time is security. In Beijing, officials hail the project as a triumph of multilateral cooperation and a model for the Belt and Road Initiative. China frames it as economic development, but the strategic implications are clear. A secure land route to the Middle East, beyond the reach of naval blockades. Soon, trains will run both ways, Chinese goods to Iran, Iranian oil, and gas to China. This land-based oil trade is a direct challenge to the old sea-based system. It's a closed loop, a supply chain controlled by sender and receiver. The ribbon is cut, the oil is set to flow. The game has changed. The Iron Silk Road is operational. The world is watching, the stakes are global. The railway's immediate impact is on energy. China can now import oil from Iran via a fast, secure land route, diversifying its supply. For Iran, it's a guaranteed outlet, insulated from sanctions and political pressure. But this corridor is more than oil. It's a two-way street for all kinds of trade. Chinese factories gain direct access to 88 million Iranian consumers and new markets in the Middle East and Central Asia. Expect a surge in Chinese products in Tehran and beyond, lower prices for consumers, but new competition for local industries. Pakistan, too, benefits, transit fees, jobs, and development in regions like Balochistan. Towns along the railway could become new economic hubs. Gwadar and Chabahar ports are now critical gateways, attracting investment and shifting the region's economic center of gravity. The shockwaves from this single railway will be felt across the continent. New opportunities and new rivalries are emerging. The Iron Silk Road is reshaping the economic landscape. The China-Iran Railway is more than an economic project, it's a geopolitical statement. It cements a growing alliance between two countries often at odds with the US and its allies. By bypassing US-patrolled sea lanes, China and Iran assert their independence on the world stage. The railway's route through Pakistan deepens Beijing-Islamabad ties and gives Pakistan new leverage in regional rivalries, especially with India. India now faces a powerful China-Pakistan-Iran axis, forcing a strategic rethink in New Delhi. In the Middle East, Iran's position is strengthened, potentially intensifying its rivalry with Saudi Arabia. Gulf states may seek closer ties with China to avoid being left behind, shifting the region's diplomatic dynamics. For the West, the railway undermines the effectiveness of sanctions and reduces the relevance of naval dominance. Policymakers in Washington and Europe must rethink their strategies. The old playbook may no longer work. New paths to power are being paved with iron and steel. The global order is shifting. Beyond strategy and economics, the railway transforms lives along its 3,200-kilometer path. In remote villages, it brings jobs and connection to the outside world. Thousands found work during construction. Now, maintenance and logistics offer steady employment. The railway is a conduit for people and ideas, fostering cultural exchange between China, Pakistan, and Iran. Increased contact could blend cultures and traditions, echoing the ancient Silk Road. But rapid development brings challenges. Environmental concerns, social disruption, and fears that benefits may not reach local communities. Managing these changes is a test for all three governments. Sustainable, inclusive development is essential. Education and training will help locals seize new opportunities. The Iron Silk Road's success depends on delivering a better life for those in its shadow. The world is watching. To understand the long-term impact, we spoke with Dr. Arash Kamali of the Eurasian Strategy Institute. He sees the China-Iran Railway as a pivotal moment, a culmination of years of strategic planning by Beijing. This isn't just about bypassing Malacca, he says. It's about building a Sino-centric economic sphere. China is systematically constructing a global network of ports, railways, and pipelines, nodes in a new system it controls. The Iran Railway is the spine connecting China directly to the Indian Ocean. This fundamentally alters the global balance of power. Economic logic and strategic logic are inseparable. By financing infrastructure, China gains long-term influence over host countries. Iran and Pakistan will become more integrated into China's orbit, their policies shaped by Beijing. This is soft power, building dependencies through concrete and steel. Dr. Kamali predicts more projects like this, with China pushing for the yuan's internationalization along these routes. While the West focuses on short-term crises, China is executing a 100-year plan to reshape global economic geography. The opening of this railway is a giant leap forward. The new era of great power competition is fought with infrastructure, not armies. The world is entering uncharted territory. The first train has reached its destination. Now, the real work begins. The China-Iran Railway is not an endpoint. It's the start of a new, uncertain chapter in global affairs. Can the railway operate efficiently and securely? Will trade volumes meet expectations? Can the partners manage political and security challenges? The answers will determine if this is a sustainable success or a costly gamble. The Iron Silk Road forces nations to choose threat or opportunity. For Central Asia and the Middle East, it's a new gateway to global markets. For the West, it's a wake-up call. The old ways of projecting influence are less effective. Strategic competition is now defined by economics and logistics as much as by military might. This story is about shifting global power in the quest for resources. The railway is a physical sign of a changing world order, more multipolar, less centered on the West. The consequences will unfold for years to come. The journey of this train is over, but the journey of its consequences has just begun. For 60 Minutes, I'm Anderson Cooper.